Okay, this, for those who don't know, this is a gel print. I'm going to pull my other one up because I don't want to really move this one. Gel print or gel plate is nothing more than a flexible plate that is somewhat tacky, somewhat sticky. So it allows for the paint to go down, although it doesn't stick to the paint, and then you can put paper on top of it and pull mono prints. So that's what we're going to do tonight. So let me see what we can do. I'm going to keep this fairly bright and hopefully be able to get some prints that I can use in an upcoming collage that I have coming up. Let's start with a little bit of blue. No, let's go yellow. Let's go with something a little brighter. And generally speaking, that's a good idea whenever you're doing prints. Get just something down on the plate. Because of the humidity out here, or the lack of humidity, I'm going to add a little bit. This is a paint retarder. It gives me more working time. So yeah, mix it up a little bit on the plate. And give it a... All I'm doing is I'm giving myself a background. I need to move fairly quickly because when this starts to dry, it dries fast. Grab some paper. I'm going to be working with, this is rice paper. White. And I'm just rubbing it down so that I can get as much contact with the paper as possible. I don't want to put a lot of pressure on the paper, the plate. And that's because I really want this to pull. Nice and even. See how we did. And that happens once in a while. You get where it dried and I was chit-chatting. So I didn't get complete coverage here, but I can fix that. So let's, I need to fix something here. Pull this over. It slid around on me because I had the wrong side up. That'll stay in one place and I'll have to move it again. So that yellow down off my brayer. Okay, let's add to that yellow. We'll do a little bit of orange. And I'll put some titanium. No, I'm not. I'll wait for that. We'll do a little bit of the retarder. I'm going to be using this almost all night long. I live in Arizona. And Arizona is extremely dry, and so consequently I have to make adjustments, and that's what tomorrow's live is about: making adjustments and doing the things you have to in order to print. It's not just a matter of putting paint down. You really kind of have to pay attention to the weather. Let me see how I did with this. Low humidity, high humidity, it all makes a difference. Low humidity, my paints dry extremely fast. High humidity, it's the opposite problem. You just have problems with the paints being too wet. The Goldilocks zone, which I'll talk about a little bit more tomorrow, is really between 75 degrees and maybe 90 degrees. And just about 25% humidity. I think we're hit about 26% today, so it's barely usable. And the temperature is still pretty high from the day. So I can work with that. you can see the yellow still. The orange has enhanced that, and I got a better print this time. So let's put that aside. I'm going to start increasing or adding to that. I'm going to build layer after layer on that print. So let's see. Let's keep it somewhat on the fun side. And a little bit more. So what I'm trying to do is get this spread out as fast as I can. I'm gonna play some games with this one. I'm gonna add some texture to this. I think I'll do some bubble wrap real quick. Bubble wrap really does create a nice appearance. Rip some off. This is the stuff that comes in my packages. That's all it is. I'm just getting enough to be able to create some interest. Let's see what else I can pull up. Maybe this is cardboard, and all I'm doing is I took the back paper off to give me those lines. Right now it doesn't look like much. But wait, and one more thing, stamp. Okay, now this has started to dry pretty good, but I'm going to move very quickly and see if I can get a print off of this. This tool is a registration tool. Allows me to get in the same place every time. You don't have to. There are some people that are very good at eyeballing, getting them in the same place. I just don't happen to be one of those people. It's not that I can't do it. It's just faster if I use it. Notice I am not putting a lot of weight down. And I'm expecting that because that working time was so high, and I've got an air conditioner right to that side. So let's see what I can do here. See how we did. Oh yeah, we did. And that light magenta really actually looks nice on there. Let's get some more texture down. I think and I still have some paint down. When I have that happen, a lot of times what I can do, I can pull another print, because this is still pretty, it's getting pretty dry. So I'm going to just put some, what you saw me just put down is some satin medium. This is again the rice paper. I'm going to put shiny side down. Since I started using it, I might as well continue. This is what's called a ghost print. Hopefully. It picks up the paint that left on the plate, and quite honestly gives you a really nice, that can end up being a very nice background. You should never throw any of your papers away when you're when you work on a gel plate, because I do collage work also, and I take these papers and I use it for that. I don't use the whole paper. I tear it up, or I cut it up. Maybe I'll do one of those. Maybe I'll do one of those videos very soon. Let's see how we did. You can see we got a really nice. Got a nice ghost print on that. It's not very bright. It's not very, but you can see the pattern in that. gonna put that to the side. We check the see how we're doing over here on this side of things. Let's see if I can open up face or YouTube and see what we have. Okay. Okay, I see we are live, and I appreciate you guys meeting. Hey, it's good to see you. Let me see what we have here. Let's do a brighter color, something a little bit more. We did a little bit of orange. Let's do something not my final, but something a little bit more along the lines of a pink. Need something a little more in your face. Let's go with a dark magenta. This is quinacridone magenta. And on this layer, I'm going to be very intentional about, you see, I didn't put much paint down there. It's just a dab. I mean, it's not much at all. It's a misnomer people have that when they see me work, they think, oh, you're using so much paint. I'm really not. And that little dab is not a whole lot at all. Okay. And I think I'm going to put a little bit more paint down there. It seems to be pretty thin. Let's put a little bit of the light magenta down. And I got to move pretty quickly. Okay. See what we can do here. I'm going to get my stencils out. I'm going to pull some of this paint up through the stencil. So nice and open. And what I'm going to pull it up with, so I'm going to take some, this is what they say that it's wet strength tissue, but I honestly believe it's a really wonderful product. Got it off of Amazon. It works beautifully for pulling this, and I could use these also with my collage work. Okay. You see, I can use that. That's usable. And because when you put it down on your whatever you're working on, it does create it almost goes transparent on you. Put something over in this side. Looking for my, okay. I'm just going to go ahead and pull this. Still wet enough, I think. Okay. Don't think I'll get all of it, but as you can tell, I got some really nice texture in there. That's great. I got another ghost print that I can use. Let's see. I might throw it onto the other one we have. I grab my. This is unbleached titanium. And I didn't put my retarder down on this. I got to move real quick. Just going to put another piece of wet strength tissue down. Hey, how you doing? I'm glad you're here. This is a test run for those that just joining us. This is a test run. I have a live tomorrow morning at 11 Pacific Standard Time, and it's more of one of my lessons, my long form. Only able to do it live. Okay, let's see how we do here. Pulling up nicely. So, yeah, I can deal with that. That's also going to go down transparent. You can tell that the titanium buff actually a little more yellow. They contrasted nicely, so I'm okay with that. Let me see here. I think I'm going to try. I'm going to try a little bit of an image transfer for the next part, just to see how that goes. This is a piece of artwork that I got off of Gel Inspirations. It's a website. It's gelinspiration.com. She has some beautiful images there. I've taken a piece of it and just duplicated it out in Photoshop. You can use any editor that works for you. I added a little bit of contrast to it before I print. I printed out with my my laser printer, and then what I'll do with that is I spray some varnish on it, and it kind of adheres itself to the toner. And we'll see how this works. I did this yesterday. It was kind of meh. Let me see if, should I get dangerous? Should I try a different color? Well, you know, it's the worst thing that can happen. I'm gonna add a little bit of the retarder to this. Hey Tara, it's good to see you. And give it a, okay, and the key with a image transfer is you want to get it nice and even across the entire plate. It's kind of dry, so I got to move rather quickly with this. I want it as even as I can get it. Let me get this down. You don't leave it for long. It's like for maybe 10 to 15 seconds. Just want to get enough of a rub down on it so I get contact, and then you pull it. I'm looking at that. I didn't get much of a print there, but a lot of times you don't know until you pull it off, and I'm not seeing it there. So I'm not going to waste that. Really, I'm trying to see if I have anything there. Yeah, there's a little bit of a print there. So let's go ahead and print this out. And if nothing else, it's going to give me texture, and that's really all I'm looking for, folks. That's all I'm looking for, some texture. Yeah, I'm glad you called me too, Tara. This is kind of spur of the moment. I'm just trying to make sure everything's lined up for tomorrow. For tomorrow's live, and I think I might have OBS figured out. We'll see. Get this pulled up. What I just put down again for those of you joining us now just late, I put a little bit of my what did I do with it here? This is satin medium. I could use gloss medium, and I could use some matte medium. It really doesn't matter. It's just to activate the paint and be able to pull it off. The one caveat you have with it, it dries slower than what paint does, which in this environment, it's not a bad thing. Yeah. Do I need lumber? You betcha I do. I'm out in my shed now. I know who I'm talking to now. I'm out in my shed now, and I haven't put the drywall up yet, but I do have an air conditioned space, and it's insulated, so it holds the air conditioning rather nicely. I just have to deal with the humidity, which you know all about. See how we did. No, it's not there, but I do like the blue. It's you can see I'm building layers, so I'm going to try that again. I'm going to try that again. We'll do it with black this time. I certainly do know where to find you. I need to go in. I need to go into Lowe's and see if I can pick up a few things for around the house. So you'll probably see me in the next few days. Okay. Need to move fast. Chit-chatting. Okay, now you can see this is. I'm getting a really nice coverage on this. Let's get this down. See if I can get a better print this time. That's a good thing about these papers, these images that I transfer, is it's surprisingly enough you can use them more than once, so it makes it cost effective. Okay, here we go. Oh no! Got it on this side, didn't get on the other side. See if I can put it back down and give it a rub on that side. It's kind of a mess. I'm gonna mess with the other side. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull this. So you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. And that's the danger of doing image transfers in humid environment. You know, I can do one of those. Why don't I see if I can do a black and white? I'll do that next. Yeah, we did. It did not pick up. I'm chit-chatting, and because of that, I'm not getting the prints I'd like to get. So I'm gonna. Let me see. I probably can pick this up with a little bit of white. See how that works. Okay, let's see what I get with this. This is ink white, and it's a fluid, and it lasts longer. I can move. I don't have to move quite as fast. Not that I can go slow, but I don't have to move quite as fast. Let's put down. And at least I'll be able to get this texture up. Okay. Now, because this is so thin, I can feel just how wet that is. I haven't had a problem with that tonight. And that's what you deal with when you're in a humid environment. Things just don't dry fast enough. So I'm going to make a little bit of noise. Can you guys hear the music in the background? This is my Revlon. It's a curling hair dryer. Julie of Art by Julie E put me onto it, along with Just Janice of Just Janice. They are kind of my sisters. We did a Thursday train together for a couple years. They've moved on to doing lives. Actually, in fact, they had one tonight. Okay, let's see what we got here. And you can see part of the texture here now. You can see down here. That's, you know, some would say, oh, look at that failure. No, it's actually not. I can use pieces of this into other things. So it's never a waste of paint, because I can use this. A lot of times you need that black. It's a nice contrast color. I want to do another one. I think I'd like to do another black and white. This time with attention. I'm going to get rid of the mess on the plate. To do that, I use baby wipes. Get them from Amazon. Amazon is my backup. If ever they don't see an order coming for me for too long, they'll probably call me and ask me if everything's okay. Okay, let's let that dry for a second. I am going to do this. I'm going to do this with black again. I need to move fairly quickly. Get the same print. Like that's what it came from originally. This time I think this is an Amsterdam product. It's a beautiful paint, but for gel printing, I find that it's sometimes just a little hard to work with. So it just sometimes just doesn't do what I need it to, and it's hard for me to sometimes get it nice and even. And that's the key to image transfers. And I'm braining it off to get it nice and even. I want it to almost start looking like it's transparent so I can see through it. It's getting there now. Okay, take this quickly, put it down. Okay. You can actually see it through, I don't know if you can see it, but I can see the pattern. Okay, drum roll please. Let's see how we did. Much better. That's more what I expected to see. And now this will allow me, I need to let this dry for a second. And this will allow me to actually pull a really nice black and white image. I'm going to go back to my Amsterdam product real quickly. While that's drying, I just thought I'd pop in and say, you know, so you all can see what I'm doing, or see me. As I said earlier, tomorrow is my Thursday regular. I'm doing a tutorial on basically how to get your prints to be clean, and a little bit of color theory, and talk a bit about what the humidity does and why it's important to have enough humidity. Most people, I think, are starting to get into the heat of their summer. We've been in the heat for quite some time. So that's what we're up for tomorrow. I just came on here tonight to do a real quick down and dirty so that I can make sure all my technical stuff with OBS is working. So let me get you back down and we'll pull this thing. So I'm gonna put a little bit of white down. And I'm going to use a clean brayer with this. And it looks like I'm going back and forth, but generally speaking, I don't do that. I maybe when I first start with a laying down paint, but generally speaking, I like to lift in between. So, okay, let's grab a clean piece of paper. Put my registration tool down. Tara, hopefully this will come out well and you can see what it looks like. Okay. Hey Tara, can you hear the music in the background? Is it too high, too low? I can't hear the music at all. Okay. Excellent. Okay. I think I've I have to thank Adrian of Art's Really Cool for all the help he's given me trying to get OBS working for me, get this going. I have a better understanding now what the program's capable of, and if you're not familiar with it, it's probably not a skill set anybody needs to learn. I certainly didn't think I was ever going to need it, but I'm hoping to do more of this, and it's a lot more interactive than doing just a Premiere, because you're typing. This allows me to answer questions. Okay. Well, I'm glad that guitar music is coming through. Kind of mellow, for the most part. Okay. Drum roll, please. Here we go. And I pulled to titanium buff, or titanium white. And I got a nice clean print. I am not unhappy with that. I could have done better in this area here, but considering the humidity we're dealing with, that's not bad. I hope that helps, Tara, so you can see how that works and what it's about. I'm going to try one more. I want to finish up the one we started with, and I think I'm going to finish it up with that light blue we have. Maybe added a little bit more of this I mispronounce this, Indanathrone blue. That's a Nova color, beautiful paint for this sort of thing. And let me see what I can find for a stencil to use. Good. So I've got these stencils, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use them. As if as stencils to get the pattern or get the texture down. So I got my light blue. I'm actually gonna mix this over on the side. I have another gel plate at the side I use to mix, because I need to add this retarder to it. And I won't have to worry about that with the Nova Color paint, because it's not quite as, it's actually nice and fluid. I love the consistency of it. Sorry I'm off camera. Here we go. Okay. And I want to get that blue. Okay, good, good, good. And see how we did with that. Move a little quicker. Now, pretty wet still. I'm gonna get our piece we've been working with. Put it down. Hold this up. We'll call it a night. This is going to finish off and give me some nice texture. And this blue, this is some dark stuff, but it's a transparent color. I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. See, I got some paint left on the plate. But you can see now I have something that is actually has a lot of texture. You can see layer after layer of texture there. And when I use this, and most likely it will get used as collage paper. It's not really a standalone. I don't think I could frame this. Well, I could continue to putting layers on this. It could be used as a frame piece, but I'd want to do a lot more work with it. The stencils, I would have liked to seen a little bit more clear lines here, and I'm going to talk about that tomorrow, and there's a reason for that. We will chat about. So that's it for me tonight, guys. For those of you that showed up, I want to thank you so much for coming in and watching and putting up with this inaugural run of hopefully getting this together. So until tomorrow or next time that I see you, thanks again. Bye for now.